unfortunately, no wins for them in this tournament. Their first, their first win would have been nice if it came against West Indies towards the end. You felt like it was coming a few times in the tournament, right? That first win, they lose their first win for Afghanistan. Didn't happen, but they ran a few teams close.
They had a few great games, and England. India game was one of their best games, I would say. Where they created the chance. Pakistan game was also superb. It went down to the wire, and they had Pakistan in trouble in that game. Just that inexperience in captaincy as well. I think there were some captaincy decisions which they were figuring out as they went on in the tournament, and how they started the tournament with the issues which were happening, which did affect their team. Their coach handling that situation in a very calm manner, saying that wait till the World Cup gets over and then I'll talk about things. Right now is not the time. So there are things which is going to happen after the World Cup also for that team. And every time we look at that team, we just talk about they should learn as early as possible. Their journey of international cricket has been superb so far. Their conditions right now. In England was not going to suit their style of play, which is having three spinners. You saw Rashid was someone who was put under the pump and was dealing with a lot of pressure, was not able to make that impact. Nabi has been good. Batting, they have to find a couple of resources, which it's an ongoing process which will happen with Afghanistan cricket. But all in all, yes, they did come close to winning that match, and halfway through the campaign, they did revive their campaign, and we saw the Afghanistan team as we like to see, which was not seen in the early part of the tournament.
I think the important thing for Afghanistan is that leading up into this World Cup, they'd only played 18 games against the other teams in the World Cup, right? So there's 9 other teams there. They'd only played a total of 18 games. But the problem was that they're just not getting enough big games. So I think this experience would have really done well for them. But anyway, that was Afghanistan, of course, a World Cup that they may want to forget a bit of, but may want to learn a lot from, for sure.
Lots to learn. You look at that list, actually, I'm just looking at that. You leave the England game out, which they lost by 150, it says. They lost by 11 runs, they lost by 3 wickets against Pakistan, 23 against West Indies, 34 against Sri Lanka. So they were running teams close. It's not that they weren't, and they've been around for how long? This team's not been around for more than 4 years. We're talking of Bangladesh, who's been around for 20 years, and they've also had a similar kind of campaign, and we are gung-ho about them. And here's a side that's been around for 3, 4, 5 years and has a similar run. And I think this is the greatest positive, out of the whole World Cup. If there is a team that's really moved forward, it's the Afghanistan team.
Yeah.
You don't even expect to have them, them to have a team. If you told somebody in America that, kids in Pakistan play cricket and they were at the World Cup, the best 10 teams, they'll say, oh, Afghanistan is that good? So they're in that situation in the world, and they've come here. They've, within 4 years of this game that they've never played internationally, have competed and have run teams close. They've at least had hope in 4 or 5 games of winning. So that country is surviving on hope, and if this doesn't give them hope, or if anybody is not looking at Afghanistan and saying they've had a great campaign, I think this has been a great campaign by a team which has come into the World Cup. I doubt that there are many teams in the world who got to World Cup and first time, they've been playing.
This is the second time.
Second time, sorry. That's what that's why I stopped. I said,
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying in that period.
No, they're young. You're right. You're really, they're really young. But here's, I think that's what I was saying. The good thing to take away from this is because
I'm with you. That's
they played only 18 games against these teams in the last. In the last 4 years, and they've played 9 in the last 45 days.
Yeah,
so that's how you learn, right? You've got almost 50% of the knowledge that you got in 4 years, you've got pretty much in 6 weeks.